Okay, guys, The Mandalorian dropped with Disney Plus earlier this morning, and I watched it as soon as I woke up. But it's time after school. I get to review it. So, what do I think about this? Is just specifically a Mandalorian review. What do I think about it? It looks cool. I think the best part about it is how it seems so different from any other Star Wars content, but just as good. I feel like in many ways. I mean, I think watching this, you could tell that it's a TV show and not necessarily, a movie. But honestly, at many points, it does. It has some moments that might as well be kind of like a movie, like you're watching it in the theaters. But other parts, not so much. But the best part for me is just the sense of danger that these characters are on. I think obviously you probably obviously know that the Mandalorian's going to survive, of course, but for these other characters, because there's a lot of other characters just thrown in just this 40 minutes, and not just like they're saying, oh, throwaway characters. These characters actually have this kind of have a kind of importance to this kind of journey the Mandalorian goes on, in specific to this kind of adventure in as a bounty hunter, in the whole idea of you feel the whole idea of that bounty hunting is a complicated profession, like they say in the trailers, and like they obviously said in this the first episode. And you really do, as you go through these characters, you see a bunch of characters. Some characters die, some characters change, some characters do this different stuff. And again, the whole thing, there is a genuine sense of danger. I think it might be too late, but yeah, definitely a spoiler warning because I'm gonna go deep. Starting with the Mandalorian himself. It seemed like from the trailers like he was barely gonna talk, but no, he talked quite enough, and he definitely invoked a sense of 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 voice and deepness that you kind of like if you like just. The point being, I feel like in a little bit way, he does talk like a Mandalorian, and like you might be like, how is there a certain way that Mandalorians talk? I think Mandalorians, once they put on the helmet, have like deep voices, kind of feel like a little bit of motionless when they do have motion. So that kind of felt like that, but also the action, the choreographment of it is just phenomenal. I think there is some exceptional sequences in this film, and all works well with the kind of cool atmospheres that it is in. They all work off and play well with each other. There's like there's like for only having 40 minutes in just the first episode. I mean, we went on, 3 different planets. We, met, a bunch of different cool characters. Again, they all have their own footing, but again, not only do you get the sense of danger, but you also get the sense of action and adventure. And you get to kind of understand this, new world in Star. It's like a new kind of world to explore in Star Wars with all new characters, which is, come to think of it, there's never really been a Star Wars movie like it, or Star Wars content like it that's completely original. Because you might think, oh, Solo has a lot of new characters, but there's still Han Solo, and Rogue One has Darth Vader. Bye. Darth Vader, and and some other characters, but this one is just completely original, and that's cool to kind of have a whole new adventure where, again, it's not set in the present time, but you still don't know exactly what's going to go on because it's so original, so different, so unique about a certain character and certain type of character that you all love from, maybe the Clone Wars, there's some Mandalorians, or Boba Fett, or there's some in Rebels. So again, you take a character that people are sort of familiar with, that's kind of kind, and you make it so unique and so original that makes sense in the Star Wars universe. Again, there's a lot of Easter eggs and stuff for Star Wars fans, but not necessarily ever feeling like fan service. They all fit like in a certain moment, and they don't really take a lot of time with it. And that, I guess, leads us into the big, reveal at the end that the thing that they were after was a little Yoda, a little 50-year-old Yoda, which is really young, really young, considering like Yoda lived to be like about 900. So that is also another great interesting thing. And that was like made my mind explode because like throughout then it just kind of felt on a small and easy to pay attention to scale in a sense that you could tell that there was danger, of course, like I've been saying, but you didn't really get a sense of the story. And that's what I thought. Until this moment, I thought that it would be one episode, one kind of bounty per episode, which isn't terrible. That's actually that would actually be interesting too. But it seems like now maybe like 1 or 2 episode arcs, which again is also a very interesting thing because it still does feel like it's still the point I want to make it is the originality of that. Originality of seeing, a day in the life of a unique and an interesting and a fierce and a brave bounty hunter. And go through his different bounties where he interacts with different people, different species, different planets, and in a way that is so unique and so original to the show and to Star Wars that I feel like it works so well in Star Wars, and you always feel like it's Star Wars. And what I love about the different planets is they all feel very different. They're not like this planet seems similar to that, or this planet, we were just on a planet that looks exactly the same. No, they feel different. And some of their landscapes and a lot of the characters also feel different in ways. And it's just kind of cool to go through on this sort of journey so far with the Mandalorian. And again, you get introduced to Carl Weathers' character and a few other characters that are a bunch of interesting. Again, Mandalorian. But again, throughout it all, again you see IG-11 voiced by Taika Waititi, and you think that always, it seemed like he was going to be an interesting, important character. And again, his little screen time in this episode was so important. The whole idea of him, helping him, and then eventually when they figured out that they had to kill the Baby Yoda, it was so important that the Mandalorian killed him to kind of show that there is some emotion, that he's not just a cold-hearted guy, and that he's, being a bounty hunter to kind of help these people. He doesn't do the bounty. He doesn't kill for the bounty. He does the bounty to kill. Or no, the opposite. He doesn't, do the bounty to kill. He kills to do the bounty. Or no, the opposite. He kills to do the bounty, not to do the bounty so he can kill. That's the point. Is he doesn't. He always tries. The idea of you can do a dangerous and many times cruel thing, but I have a sense of heart for those who I need it, for those innocent people, those people who are, innocent, because I feel like bounty hunting is always, kind of been shown in the, kind of bad side. Always, this is not good to be bounty hunter. This is, dangerous, which it really is, but also it's evil to be a bounty hunter, and that impression was kind of shown through IG-11.
I'm gonna make steak and rice tonight. Do you
Oh
want to
yeah,
have
that's
that?
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
You like it in teriyaki sauce?
Oh yeah, that's fine. And so I guess I'm done. Hello. And so again, to see the sense of danger is present, as well as the sense of all cool and interesting characters, is very interesting for a show that again is one episode through and only 40 minutes per episode, and yet it's so exciting and again new, and that whole idea of again not only danger, but you get to understand that he's kind of an anti-hero where he's not afraid to kill people, he's not afraid to take charge, but at the very exact same time he's totally not able to just kill anybody to kill for the bounty. He does the bounty to help people, not to kill to help himself. He's not a selfish bounty hunter, which honestly many bounty hunters you see throughout Star Wars are very selfish, but this one again you show the sense of the reasoning behind, essentially sort of the reasoning behind why he is a bounty hunter, to kind of help people, to kind of show that he's not all cruel, not all mean, and that there's a reason beyond just himself that he wants to be a bounty hunter, that he's willing to choose life over just getting money. That's a big, thing that many people will do and say, if that I'll do, like, pay me to do something, pay me to do this, pay me to do something mean. But that's shouldn't be the case. I'm glad that you're not going to do something bad for free, But of course, at the same time, you don't want to do something bad at all, regardless money or not. And that's sense of that. And that's sort of the sense that the Mandalorian's really evoking in such a striking way. But at the same time, it's so early to tell kind of where the story is gonna grow. It's just I feel like this first episode was just all about kind of introducing this character as well as just showing his personality and showing kind of the atmosphere and kind of the characters that will kind of type of characters and type of stories that'll go on, and overall between the kind of cool sets, the kind of cool action pieces, and the kind of unique way they use the idea of a Mandalorian is really exciting and really interesting. So I'm excited for the future for this Disney Plus series, but also kind of I think on many parts I don't know, and I'm not saying, and this also wasn't the best first episode. I feel like in many parts there could have been some way to make it like the whole of idea of him, trying to master the little the animal in the desert planet, that whole sequence, like I could do it without. That was five. It just felt like they had it, and then they made it rushed for him to kind of master, walking this animal, and that didn't really make sense. It's either like you don't have that at all, or you just make it make it better as in he takes longer practice to learn it, which obviously is time that they don't have for again a 40-minute show, which is like I feel like it was almost like filler in the sense that like, oh, we have 35 minutes of content but we need to add something else to make it a little bit longer. Okay, well, let's add this. I think probably they did film that scene and realized that it was pretty unnecessary at the end, and we're like, okay, let's add this deleted scene, and then that's the final part. But overall, amazing. So yeah, Disney. I'll do a separate video on Disney Plus itself. So stay tuned for more videos coming right at you.